readings. Okay, so we are going to do a third party karmic reading to see what comes through. For those that are dealing with a person or even yourself that's involved with somebody else or that has somebody else, or if it's complicated, then this reading is for you. Okay, so we're going to start by pulling cards from my third party love triangle situations deck. All right, let's see what comes through. Need this over here. Okay. This is a timeless reading, so it can resonate whenever you guys are guided to see this, okay? So we have high hopes, hoping you would be good enough. Okay, so this person that's involved with somebody else, perhaps maybe they've been with the karmic for a while, and they're not very happy. It's kind of like, I feel like they're happy, but they're not. They're not like miserable, but they're not like 100% happy or satisfied type of energy. So then you come along and they're hoping that you would, you know, be good enough for them to be motivated to actually leave or get out of that karmic or situation that they're in, whether it's karmic or not. Okay. So let's get more messages on that. I'm going to get into my OPIUM Twin Flame Tarot. Doesn't have to be twin flame to use this deck. I just like to use it. Okay, so we have the Hermit. Something is hidden. Okay, so yeah, this person, it's kind of like maybe you're going to help guide them out of their situation that they're in. Let me see if I could turn on the flash. That way you could see it better. There you go. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo or you're a Virgo. And it's kind of like maybe you guys are very low key, or this connection has to stay low key because of, you know, how the connection is. Maybe the whole plan here, the lesson is to guide them, help guide them out of whatever they're not too happy in, whether they end up with you or not. Okay, so it feels like, yes, they are a good person. They feel like a good person. Whoever this masculine is, and they appreciate you and adore you. But I feel like if they're not 100% like motivated to leave or drop whoever they're with, because again, they're not 100% miserable or 100% happy, then they're not going to do anything. They're just going to keep it as it is, right? So let's continue. The King of Cups, so you could be dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine. I feel like this person, you know, they love to drink. They're, you know, they're not like an alcoholic, but they like to drink, you know, like to smoke. They like to have a good time. And I feel like when they're with you or when they communicate with you, they feel alive. They have a great, you know, time with you. But it feels like they're just not 100% sure if you would be worth them leaving whoever they're with now. Because if they're like, oh, well, if you end up being the same as the person that they're with, they might as well just stay with that person. So that, you see what I'm saying? That's why they have high hopes that you would be good enough for them to make that, you know, decision. We have Justice here, which is the sign of Libra as well. I feel like it's going to get to that point where they're going to need to make that decision, and they're probably going to be seeing you as good enough. They're going to see that, you know what? She's been there for me. She understands me. Oh, sorry. Couldn't help the yawn here. It is pretty late here, but they're gonna see and recognize as you being worth it. So they might end up like making a decision to um leave their situation so they can end up, you know, starting something fully with you so they don't have to hide anymore. Interesting. We have the Five of Cups here. I feel like the person they end up leaving is somebody that it's not that they're going to abandon them, because I feel like whoever they're leaving, you know, felt that time was coming. Because I feel like the person that they leave, it's not them fully leaving them. They come to an understanding that they're both not really happy and there's something better out there for the both of them. But I feel like that female they end up leaving has a harder time. I feel like it's going to be like maybe play victim a little bit, but then she has to understand they both came to an understanding. And I feel like later on, she might become a problem because she might rebel against both of you later on or cause some type of issue. Because they don't like the fact that they were left. Even though they weren't really left, they came to an understanding, the both of them. So sometimes people have a hard time, you know, remembering that part. So let's see, anything else that comes through for this. We have Judgment. Yeah, see, it's like whoever this DM is, they're realizing that, you know what? It's not that I'm trying to go out there and have a good time and roam around. No, I feel like maybe they just been, it wasn't even about you. It feels like it's not even about you and them choosing you over someone else. This person has been like looking for a way out or finding an excuse. It was like more of a motivational thing. So no, for those that are trying to judge the reading, like, oh, they're just trying to like look for someone else to leave them high and dry. That doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like more of, you know, you're with somebody and then you've been wanting to leave for a while. You both feel like there's nothing, you know, there's no growth that's going to come from it. So it feels like maybe they both were hoping for themselves to find someone better to motivate them to break the connection. And I think that's what this was here. Okay, so there's that. Let's get another shuffle here. All right, give us another situation apart for the one that we just pulled. We have long wait. He's keeping you waiting. Okay, so this is for those that perhaps you feel like that person that you just vibe with so good and that they're in a karmic situation. They swear they're going to leave their person and they're just like, wait for me, it's going to happen soon. And it just hasn't happened yet. And they're keeping you waiting. That's their plan. They're just keeping you waiting. And you're going to probably like go through a whole lifetime just waiting on them. So let's get more information on that. Give us some messages for this long wait card. We have worried about you. Ooh, yeah, they know. Look, this person knows that they're taking a long time and that them telling you, oh, it's going to happen, is getting old. So they're worried that you're no longer going to believe them anymore and that you are eventually going to end up finding somebody else. That's what it feels like. Yeah, see, Three of Wands. You waiting and waiting and waiting. The Three of Wands is the card of like waiting for something to come your way, right? And that's what this is. It's like they know they're keeping you hanging. As I say hanging, look at the bottom of the deck, the Hangman. So like literally this person is just keeping you around. It feels like they keep you around as a backup plan. Like, okay, I'll have at least this person if this doesn't work out. So that's what it feels like for this pile right here. Oh, yeah, we have the Tower. So maybe expect the unexpected when it comes to this. I have a feeling that you're going to end up finding somebody else to talk to. And maybe that's why they become worried about you, because you got tired of waiting and hanging around for this person, that maybe they find out you end up with someone else, or like end up talking to someone else, and now they feel threatened. They start to feel the fucking threat, and they try to come in and like maybe work something out with you or whatever. So let's see what else is coming through. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So yeah, keeping things moving. You no longer want to wait. It feels like it's stressing this person out. It's like it's no longer fun if you're not around. It sucks to, oh wow, it sucks to say this, but it feels like they can't tolerate the person that they're with if you're not, if they don't have you. Wow. Okay, so we have Eight of Cups. Oh, I see what they're trying to do. Since they feel the threat of you leaving and they're worried about you, I feel like they're gonna try to fake leave their person. That's what it seems like, a fake leave. Oh, why is it falling? Hold on. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Okay, they're gonna try to be like, "Hey, I left her finally," and tower moment, and you're like, "Oh my God, it's finally happening," only to find out they end up going back. Like, "Oh, she won't let me go," or "She's trying to use this against me," and it's just an excuse for them to go back because they felt the threat of someone else like trying to take you away. It's a whole fucking, oh my God, it's a whole drama, yo. Yeah, Nine of Wands, and you're just like, "Are you serious?" You're, look, her head is back. She's like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." It's like you're tired of it. Now you're like, "You know what? I'm getting tired of waiting around. I don't want to do this shit anymore." And so I feel like this is going to like teach you to detach and not wait for this person anymore. Cause we don't wait for no motherfucking body, right? So it's kind of like they kept you waiting in vain. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. All right, let's get another spread. Wow, interesting. Bunch of soap operas, huh? All right, let's get another situation. Give us another message here. I would have done a pick a card, but I wasn't guided to do that. All right, so let's just flow with it. Healing time. You know it's time to call it quits. Focus on yourself and worth, your self-worth, and start to heal. Look at that. So some of you guys are no longer wanting to like stay attached or be connected to any type of third party in any way, shape, or form, because either it's too painful, you've like come to your senses, or it's like you feel like you're just not going to win when there's always one other person involved, whether it's you with someone or them with someone. So let's get some cards, tarot cards with this message, please. Yeah, the Chariot. It's like, let's just kiss and say goodbye. Oh my God, this is interesting. Yeah, so something is too painful to stay around. And so it's kind of like you're both going your separate ways so that you can heal. And I feel like this person is understanding you. They're like, "Yes, I get it. I get that this is just can't happen." Maybe both of you guys tried really hard, and it's just like it sucks that you can't spend time together or make it work because you guys got other connections. And I do feel like maybe you do love your other person, but you guys connected so well, you just didn't know what to do with it, and you flowed with it, and maybe even just let whatever happened happen. Feelings were caught, and then you realize, you know what, it's not going to work. Let's just go our separate ways, and who knows what the future might bring, and let's just kiss and say goodbye, and let's heal that. So that's what it feels like. Okay. Oh, hold on. cards went all over the place. All right. The Hangman. Yeah, I don't think neither one of you guys has Pisces energy, and we got Cancer and Pisces energy here. So if, wow, lots of water energy. So yeah, it feels like emotional understanding on both parts. You both know that if you just continue to keep things as they were, it'll just cause harm to you both. So the good thing is you both have understanding and you're willing to go your separate ways and try out with other things in life and other people in life. And if life brings you back together when there's nobody else involved, and wow, then that's fate, you know? And that's awesome. We have the Nine of Wands here. It is gonna like, it feels like with the Nine of Wands here, that's why the healing is here, right? Because it feels like whenever you start to have problems with whoever you end up getting with, you think of this person. Whenever they start to have end up with, they think about you. So it's like, oh, well, you know, like, was it a good idea for us to detach? Like, you start questioning things. But then you're like, you know what? I need to protect my energy. I need to protect my heart. I can't just let this, you know, I can't just give in every time and really detach, even though it's hard, and start to heal. Okay, and look, 10 of Cups, eventually you both will be happy. I feel like you both will be happy, whether you're together or not. Maybe you guys will keep in touch and follow each other on social media and see each other raise families and stuff, and, you know, maybe remain friends or at a distance or something like that, and from time to time keep in touch or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's what it feels like. It feels like that type of connection, okay? So let's go ahead and put this away. All right, now we're going to get into the third party love triangle message deck. So for those that are dealing with a masculine that probably maybe led you on, you guys connected, you believe them, what messages do you guys want to give to each other, to and from, okay? So the black mask is from the DM, the white mask is from the feminine. I don't want temporary affections anymore. Okay, so some of you guys are like, you know what? Maybe you got into this with temporary affections because you knew the full affection and attention and spending time wasn't going to happen yet. And you stayed in it thinking that, you know, maybe something would shift or maybe something would change. So you stuck around, and, you know, eventually as you start getting deeper in the connection and catch feelings, you know, there's going to be jealousy. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be disagreements. And then that's what leads to this. I don't want temporary affections anymore. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, ugh, it starts to get wild, honey. You push me away. And so, ooh, look, you see, it's like once you start saying, you know what, I can't handle the crumbs anymore. They think that you pushing you by you saying those things and setting boundaries now or whatever, or switching up on them is like you pushing them away because you changed the game or you switched up on them. So that's their way of saying you pushed me away. I don't care if you are taken. Okay. So for some, maybe you were in a connection. Okay. And perhaps they couldn't, you couldn't fully be there for them, and they knew it and they didn't care if you were taken. Um, but they also couldn't, you also couldn't really tell them much because they're not 100% yours. So if they kind of ghost you sometimes to be with someone else, which they have every right because you're taken, right? Then it's going to piss you off. And then you're going to be like, you know what? You're not fully there to be my Sancho or to be my side. So I'm going to push you away, or I'm going to say certain things. And then they're going to be like, well, it was no longer fun anymore because, again, you switched up. So it could be lots of little things that you guys throw at each other, you know? So third party shit could be very fucking tricky if you're not careful. I know there are strong opposing forces trying to keep us apart. All right. So that could have a lot to do with maybe let's say for example, this masculine thinks that the person you're with is karmic, and that you're being constantly controlled and manipulated by your person, by the person that you're with. And they're like, oh, well, I'm better than them. And, I know they're always trying to block you from being with me, or their family's trying to control you to stay with them. And you guys can never be. It's like back and forth stuff, And then here it says this connection will be better for you in the future. So this is from spirit. Maybe spirit's like, maybe it's best if you guys were to detach. Yes, you guys met each other, you recognize the connection, but it just can't be because you're taken or they are. And it's like, okay, it'll be better if you guys met each other in the future. It'd be better in the future where neither one of you guys were with anybody else. Because that's when you can actually make things work and, there's nothing else or opposing forces trying to work against you. Let's see what else. I've never been in a third party situation before. Okay, so maybe perhaps for some, you're dealing with a person that has never perhaps cheated on their person, never been involved with anybody else that had someone else. But when you always meet that one person, sometimes you do stupid shit, you don't think, and it just gets to you. It's kind of like it compels you, it seduces you, it lures you in. So it could have been a situation like that where maybe you were lured in by them, and you never, swayed away from your partner before. You would never do that. But this person, for some reason, was special enough, and vice versa. Maybe they never went outside of their connection, and then they met you and they're like, oh my God, this feels right. It feels divine. It feels like a soul connection. So they want to know more about that. And that's how it starts. That's how third party starts. Yeah, look, see? Somebody feels like you switched up and push them away. So it's like both of you guys could be feeling like that towards each other for some. Oh, you switched up on me. You pushed me away. I switched up on you because you pushed me away, or I did this because you did that, or oh my God. So it's always like a blame game type of thing. Like I said, there's always going to be an issue when there's a third party. Okay. And you know it. When you enter a connection and there's someone else involved, you already abide by the rules that there will be fucking challenges. So later on, when the challenges come, you can't be like, oh my God, it's actually happening. There's problems. No way. Like you knew when you entered that there would be challenges, that it would be complicated. You can't be fucking acting brand new all of a sudden. Okay. So see, I have to stop seeing you. Eventually, that shit pops up eventually. And usually it happens in the heat of fucking high emotional roller coaster energy, It's like it happens when you're at it, the emotions are at its peak, when you care about them the most, when it's getting real hot and fun and passionate. It's like, I have to stop seeing you. It ain't right. All of a sudden, it's not right. And that's how you complicate things and mess with people's fucking hearts and minds. So we will say goodbye 100 more times, unfortunately. See? It's like, oh, I have to stop seeing you. And then you stop talking, text them, or block them. And then a week later, you're like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. And then you unblock them. Or should I send them that one message again just to see how they're doing? And then you do it. Or then you unblock them and post a video of you in hopes that they would reach out to you or whatever. And it's like these little games. So that's what leads to the we will say goodbye 100 times, unfortunately, type of energy. Oh, Lord. Then we have those that are like, you are a blessing and I don't want to lose you. Usually this comes from a masculine that's in a karmic situation and they found their divine feminine while they're in a karmic situation. So they don't want to lose you, but they also can't leave their karmic. That's when this card comes about. You're a blessing. I don't want to lose you, but you also don't want to wait around and you're like, I'll be here, but I won't be there for you while you're with your karmic. Make those moves, go through your lessons, and when you're ready, I'll be here with open legs. I mean, open arms. You know what I mean? Let's see where this bond leads us. You see, that's where it all begins. Right there. That's where it all begins. Right? Let's say you are with someone that's toxic already, and you're like, oh, I just can't seem to break this, connection. I can never find better. So I always end up going back to them. And then you end up finding better. And then you're like, oh my God, finally, let's see where this leads us. And then that karmic that you were having a hard time detaching from fucks it all up, and you allow it. And then you lost someone that you could have fucking potentially had a great relationship with. That's why it's important to break from karmic contracts and ties before you jump into something. And make sure you're completely healed and have enough time to heal. Because then you're just going to be like yo-yos, right? Bottom of the deck, I can't offer you anything stable. It's like, okay, well, I'm in a connection, and I can't offer you nothing stable, but we could see where this leads. We'll go from there. You never know. And then that never know leads to, getting closer and intense more energies. And then boom, fucking Jerry Springer and Mari, right? Soap operas. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's how it is, yo. That's how it is. Any more messages that want to come through? The connection's not the same anymore. Ooh. And you're lying to yourself about me. So this could be, maybe you're reading them and they're like, you know what? It's not what it used to be anymore. And they try to pull away from you. And you're like, I know you're lying about you're lying to yourself about your feelings for me. And sometimes they have to, because they know that this connection's not healthy, or it's just the way things are going is not right, or it shouldn't be the way that it is all of a sudden, even though you entered it that way. It's like the morals kick in after everything's been fucking said and done. Like, yo, it's just all over the place. It's messy. My. Then all of a sudden people get morals in the midst of it all. Like that, it's a little too late for that, yo. That's where the switch up happens. See, I don't want to see you again. Oh boy. I don't want to see you again. You're not responding to my messages, even though you know they're in a karmic situation, but you get mad if they don't respond. You knew this would be tricky. Why are you acting fucking brand new? You see what I mean? Why do you put yourself in that situation knowing that this is why it's important to know thyself? If you know yourself and you know you're going to get jealous, there's going to be problems, don't involve yourself in it. Don't be stupid. Don't be a boba. Don't be a boba tea. Okay? Acting all brand new once the challenges start to happen. Boo-boo, you knew this was going to happen. So why are you crying? Fucking A. The universe is like, And then later on, you're like, you know what? I don't want to be with no one. Oh, boy. For some, there's a DM that could be like, had enough of their karmic, had enough of their divine feminine, and eventually they're going to be like, I don't want to be with nobody. I just want to be by myself. And good for them, because it's that period of isolation where they're going to fucking heal. That way they'll be better prepared and better off to connect with either you or whoever they're meant to be with. Okay? So there's that. All right. Okay, so what does the person that you're dealing with that's in either another connection, or that you have little to no communication with, or maybe you have detached from, what do they want you to know? How have they been feeling? We have the Empress. Your divine grace enchants me. They know that about you. They recognize you as someone that maybe they feel like they don't deserve you because they see you as, you know, someone that's a divine grace, you know. You enchant them. They put you on a high pedestal, and sometimes that can make them insecure, and they feel like, you know what, I don't deserve you. I do deserve to be with this karmic. I'm not ready to give you 100% because you're up there, and I still got to get my shit together. So they end up settling with the karmic because they know they're not ready yet for you, because that's how they see that they have to be like fucking perfect to be with their divine feminine, and that's just an illusion. That's just an illusion. Don't nobody got their shit straight all the way 100%. Not one fucking person. Don't matter if you have all the riches in the world or the perfect family or whatever. It's like, don't nobody in this motherfucking world have their shit straight 100%. Because there's always something. And that's life. It's called being fucking human. So if you're striving for perfection, you're going to be striving for the rest of your life and never settle to be happy. So here we have the Hangman trying to find my center. So there is a DM here that has been really trying to maybe isolate themselves. They haven't really been doing much, going anywhere, maybe even hardly posting or whatever. It's because they're trying to find their center, trying to find their zine, trying to find, you know, what their role is in this world and what they want to do. And, you know, they got to find that within themselves and not go based off what society wants of them. So there could be like a consciousness shift within this DM. Ace of Cups, yeah, diving deep within. So they have been really diving deep within their emotions and trying to figure out what they want. Deep into their heart. Then we have the Ten of Swords. This pain is killing me too. So if you guys are in separation or you had to say goodbye or something happened, it's like, hey, you know, just because they're not saying much or not talking or just staying silent doesn't mean that they're not hurting. They hurt too as much as you do. They're just more wild about it or more open about it or whatever, you know? Sometimes, not everybody. Seven of Wands, you are worth the fight. Look at that. So if they are wanting to fight for this connection, they will. And maybe this person is fighting for this connection behind closed doors. And by fighting for this connection, it could be them working on themselves to be better for you. That's fighting for this connection. Not physically fucking fighting, you know, beating people down just to be with you. No. We have the Emperor. You inspired great things in me. Look at that, Emperor and Empress. Counterparts. Maybe they feel like they have to really work on themselves to be an equal to you. Okay. And, well, I mean, if they feel that way, it's probably because they were with a karmic and they didn't feel good enough. And maybe you inspired them to be the best version of themselves. So that's good. The Chariot, enjoying the direction we're headed in. So I feel like they're really excited to see where life, you know, leads both of you guys. Like, let's see where this connection goes. Let's see where destiny takes us, where the divine takes us. And so they're looking forward to that. Okay. So we have Four of Cups, something is missing. They know, like, even if they're with a karmic or not, it feels like they will always have that one missing thing. Like, that spiritual divine part of the connection. Like, you can vibe with someone, but there's no spark or there's no like soul to soul type of connection. And that's always going to feel like there's something missing within you, right? So maybe that's what they're feeling like. Okay, I care for my karmic, but there's just something missing. It's not 100%. So they will always be looking outside of that connection because there's a missing piece or there's a big chunk of a puzzle missing, you know? We also have Temperance. I will return to you someday. Wow. Notice how in both they're like, there's a woman behind them and the man's just like with his head down, like, I gotta deal with this. Not in a bad way. It's just my commentary. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they know that eventually life will bring you guys together. and that you both go your separate ways to, you know, to grow and stuff like that. And they're always looking forward to see in what direction life leads you both. So, that's something that they're always looking forward to when it comes to you. Okay. So that is pretty much what's coming through, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want this to be too long. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it resonated, great. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. It's totally fine. If you want a more in-depth third-party karmic reading, you can hit me up for a reading. And we will go from there. All right, loves. Talk to you later. Bye.